नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. Om. Dear friends, we are in this Mahabharata Adi Parvam, and we are seeing this episode where Bhima killed Hidimba. Hidimba-sura, you mean Hidimba? I said Hidimba. If you say Hidimba, Hidimba is masculine and Hidimba is feminine. So Bhima killed that Hidimba-sura, and thereafter he married that Hidimba on the advice of his mother and elder brother. That Ghatotkacha was born, and Ghatotkacha would be a future great warrior in that Mahabharata war. That also we will see. So after that, after this Ghatotkacha went away, these people, they were living in the disguise. They were living in the guise of Brahmins. So that was the point. And they were reciting Vedas and then studying Vedas. So that is how they stayed. And Vyasa came meanwhile, and then he suggested, you stay here in one particular house. Probably Vyasa had some contacts. So he said, you please stay in this house. So that is what they were doing. And they were living by what is called Bhikshatanam. Bhikshatanam means going and seeking alms. ALMS, alms. Going and seeking alms or begging. Begging is actually Bhikshatanam. And in those days, in fact, I was telling you even earlier, Bhikshatanam was something which was prescribed for the brahmacharis. A Brahmana brahmachari, he was supposed to live by Bhikshatanam. And also the sannyasis. And sannyasa was something which was exclusively prescribed for Brahmanas only and not for anybody else. Only a Brahmana could become a sannyasi, and only a Brahmana could go for begging. So, unfortunately, we think that they were all suppressing people, but they were the most suppressed. If not suppressed, they lived a very meek, simple, humble life. So these people, they were living by begging. Then, Cherur Bhaiksham. Bhaiksham is Bhiksha, Bhikshatanam. So they just lived by Bhikshatanam. And when they brought whatever that Bhiksha, then half of that Bhiksha was given to this Bhima. Ardham te bhunjate veeraha sahamatra parantapaha. So whatever food, whatever was got after cooking, so half of it Kunti was serving to Bhima. And the remaining half, she along with the 4 sons and also maybe 1 or 2 servants, etc., she used to share. So that is how that went on. And then one day it so happened that the 4 brothers had gone out, and for some reason Bhima was staying in the house only. And at that time, the house owners, these people probably they stayed in one portion, and the owners, the person, that Brahmana, he was in the other portion. And the family, they were all crying aloud. They were just crying aloud. They were just loudly weeping. So they were just wondering as to what happened to them. Some sort of problem has come. Let us see if we can help. So Kunti, so she tells Bhima, Etavan purushastata krutam yasmin nashyati. So Kunti, you see, we'll see the greatness of character of Kunti. So Kunti says, these people, after all, they have given us some shelter. Probably, like nowadays, probably there was no rent or anything in olden days. So they were just taking shelter in a Brahmin's house. Nowadays, of course, we have got this rent and rental agreement and whatnot. Probably in those days, they just stayed like that. So these people are giving shelter to us. It is our responsibility to go to their rescue. Then Bhimasena also says, okay, let's find out what happened. So this lady, she quietly goes. She goes and then sees what is happening. So that there is a discussion in the house. There is a Brahmana, not a very old man, not a very young man also, and his wife, and there is a daughter, a grown-up daughter who is yet to be married, and there is a small child also, maybe 3 years, 4 years old boy. So that is their family. And that Brahmana is actually, he is just repenting. Oh, not repenting, he is just crying. Not only Brahmana, all the people, except that boy. So they are just crying, oh, what has happened to us? I have to now go, and then I have been telling you, let us vacate this place, let us go away from this place, but then you didn't agree. You see how what calamity has come to us. So this Brahmin family is lamenting, oh, today I have to die. And how can I give up how can I leave all of you and then go? If I go away, what will happen to you? You will all become orphans. So that man was crying. And so here, of course, here in this whole episode, we'll see that this Brahmana, first of all, he is lamenting. How can I go and die? If I go and then die, then what will happen to you? You will all be orphans. Kulinam, Shilasam, and also this girl is there, and I have not yet performed the marriage of this girl, and what will happen to you if I die? So the Brahmin is crying like that. And then this lady, she says, what exactly the situation will come later, but this lady is also saying, no, you don't worry, I will go. You need not go, I will go. I will lay down my life. So it means that there is some crisis and one of them has to die. So that is the picture. So this woman is saying, no, you don't go, I will go. Because if you go away, and if you, being the boss of the family, the head of the family, if you die, what will happen? I will become a widow. And this young girl is there, and all the people around, they will be seeking us. You see, all the male folk all around, they will be utsrustam amisham humau, like ravenous birds. She says, like birds, like hungry, ravenous birds, they prey upon flesh. So similarly, all the people, bad people, they will be looking around. They will be looking around, and then they will be trying to tempt us, they will be trying to grab us, they will be trying to abduct us. So we will be at the hands of all types of villainous people. And also this girl, we will not know what will happen to this girl. We will not know what will happen to me. And this boy, again, he will not be able to come to your level, because you are a well-read person, and this boy will not have education. This boy may perish, and this boy may also go into bad ways. So she says, no, all this, in fact, 3 of us will perish if you perish. If you die, all 3 of us will die. So if I sacrifice myself, you will be safe, the girl will be safe, the girl will get married, and the boy also will get good education. So I will sacrifice my life. So this lady makes out a very strong case, saying that I will lay down my life, because if you die, all of us are going to face many difficulties. So that is one thing. So actually in this episode, what we are seeing is what happens to the wife and the children when a husband dies, or they will have to live a dishonorable, they will have to suffer all types of things from all types of dishonorable or villainous people. So that is the thing which she says. Then this girl also is a slightly grown-up girl. This girl also says, no, my mother also need not die. You also need not go. I will go. I will go to that Rakshasa. So that means obviously there is some Rakshasa to whom these people, one of them has to go. So this girl says, I will go to that Rakshasa. After all, that Rakshasa may not kill. This, in fact, the lady also, that elder woman also says, no, Rakshasas also sometimes they may be kind. Rakshasa may not kill women. So I will go, we will take a chance. So that is what she says. Rakshasas also know dharma. If you go, he will certainly kill you. But if I go, he may or may not kill me. So that is what she says. So this Brahmana Kanya also, this daughter also, she also says, no, anyway, you have to send me away at some point of time, because you have to get me married to somebody, and then you have to send me away. You think that you have sent me away. You think that you just consider that you have sent me away. Both of you will be here, both of you will be alive, and this young boy, this fellow also will come up well. Anatha, Krupana, Bala, Yatra Kvachanagamini. If you die, if either of you, if the father dies or the mother dies, I will be totally helpless. I will be totally helpless, and I will become a sort of orphan. So I will go. So the man is volunteering to go, and the wife also says, no, you don't go, I will go. And then the daughter also says, no, I will go, she says. So then that boy, this young boy is there, about 3 to 4 year old boy. So that boy, he doesn't know what is all this. He doesn't know what is all this, and then he takes some small stick or some sort of grass or something like that. So he says, no, don't worry, don't cry. I will go. Tatasat runamadaya prahrushta punarabravir. I will kill that Rakshasa with this stick. So he shows that thing, and then I will kill that Rakshasa with this stick. So even in that great grief, these people, they could not control their smile. So that was something that young boy lisping and saying, yeah, I am going to kill that Rakshasa. Though they just felt rather happy. At that time, Kunti thought it was the proper time to intervene. Till that time, they were all crying loud and all that. When the boy said like that, then they could not control their laughter. They just laughed. They just smiled. And Kunti also thought it was proper to go there. So then Kunti went and asked, what is the problem? What is the problem? You just tell what it is. So, and then that householder, that Brahmana, he explains, yes, this is the problem. What? There is a fellow called Bakasura. He is also a Rakshasa. His name is Baka. So this Bakasura, he is a man who is actually controlling the city. He is the fellow who is he is in charge of the city. Though the king, there is a king. That king, he is staying in some nearby town. The king is afraid of this fellow. The king, Vetrakiye Gruhe Rajan Ayam, he says there is another neighboring place called Vetrakiye Gruha. So he is staying in that place. And this Bakasura, he is actually in charge of this town. And this fellow, he is virtually the boss. And then there is a condition in that town that every day one cart load, bullock cart, we have seen the bullock carts, the food in that bullock cart, whatever cart can carry, that bullock cart can carry, that cart load of food along with the 2 buffaloes and 1 human being. One person has to go, take them along. So he will eat that buffaloes, and then he will eat the man or woman, whatever it is, and he will also eat all the food which is there in that bullock cart. So this is the condition, and according to that, there are a lot many people who don't know the population of the town. By rotation, that comes, and that rotation comes in maybe a few years or something like that. So it was like that. So the condition was that every day from that town, 1 cartload of food along with a person, anyway driver is there, and 2 bullocks. Bullocks are buffaloes, so they have to go. And that man, that Rakshasa, will eat all that. So it so happened, and now in this day, on that particular day, the turn of this Brahmana has come. So from this Brahmana's house, somebody has to go. That is the problem. So this is probably the example of what we call the mafia or hooliganism. We know that towns are controlled by mafia people and hooligans. So this is somewhat this old example of that. And the king was a useless person, not able to control that Bakasura, a very weak person. And Etadarha vayam nunam vasamo durbalasya. And if the king is weak, the Vyasa says, if a king is weak, naturally all the hooligans would rule. And that is what they say. And that Brahmana also says, actually, we are not supposed to stay here in such a dangerous place. A Brahmana is supposed to go, he is supposed to go to a place where there is some freedom. And we are not supposed to stay here, but unfortunately we were staying here. So that is what that man says. Then Kunti, she says, do not worry, we have been staying here as your guests and you have given shelter to us. I have got 5 sons and I will send one of my sons. So you see the magnanimity and greatness and nobility of Kunti here. So you see, even in the earlier episode, in the earlier discussion, in that Brahmana's house, that is actually an ethical issue. What is that ethical issue? There is a family, there is a husband, there is a wife, there is a girl, there is a son. Then in case of any great emergency, in case of any great crisis, who has to sacrifice himself or herself first? So that was the issue. So the man is the most important man. If he dies, all the 3 people will be orphaned. And the woman, she says, no, I have performed my duty, I have given you a child, I have given you a daughter, I have given you a son, and then I can go away, and you can definitely take care of these 2 people. But then that man also will be orphaned. Then again the daughter also says, daughter, no, I will sacrifice myself. There is a big ethical discussion, if you see, in a family, who is more important and who is less important, we cannot say. Everybody is important. So anyway, here again, this Kunti, we see the greatness of the Kunti. She says, I am going to send my son. Then again this Brahmana is in a doubt. He is in a doubt in the sense he is in a sort of ethical dilemma. How can I allow you? You are taking shelter in my house, and how can I sacrifice you? When you are my guest, you have to be protected. It is my duty to protect you. So he says, Shreyanstu sahadarasya vinashodhyamama swayam. Better for us, all of us, it is better for all of us to die instead of allowing you to sacrifice your son. Then Kunti says, no, do not worry. My son, he has seen several Rakshasas earlier. He has seen several Rakshasas. Nachasav Rakshasas Shaktaha Mama Putra Vinashane. This Rakshasa, he will not be able to do anything because my son, she doesn't say that he is strong and all that. She says, my son knows some mantras. So he has done some mantra japam and he has got some siddhis. Siddhi means some extraordinary powers, and then with the help of those mantras, he is going to kill that man. So that is what he says. That's what this lady says. So she doesn't say that my son is a powerful man and all that. Viryavan mantra siddhascha tejasvi cha suto mama. My son knows various mantras. With the help of those mantras, he will be able to control that Rakshasa, kill that Rakshasa. But this is a secret, but don't tell anybody. So she is very careful because she can't expose herself. These Pandavas, they are taking extreme care. They are taking extreme care not to expose herself. So here, of course, Kunti is telling a small lie. Kunti is telling a small lie about Bhima. She is telling, okay, he knows some mantra, etc., etc. But of course, here we have to see that a small lie which is going to help people. In Mahabharata, later, at some point later, we are going to see a discussion about what is Satyam and what is Asatyam. So yes, a small lie which is going to save lives of people, that is acceptable. That is actually is Satyam only. And whatever, if you are telling truth also, and if that truth is going to lead to violence and death, that truth also is not correct. So you can tell a small lie and avoid killing. So you can tell a small lie and then save lives. So that is what that is the essence of what is Satyam and Asatyam. So that lady says, no, please don't tell this to anybody, because if you tell this to anybody, lot many people will come and then they will also ask for that mantra. You see, I have got some mantra, let me say, let us think. So then many people will come and then they will ask me, oh, please tell that mantra. So like that, people will pester my sons for that mantras. And then if he teaches others without the permission of his guru, then he himself will lose that power. He himself will lose that power, so he cannot teach. So that is the reason why don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody, I will just send my son. So okay, fine. Now Kunti Kunti comes back and then tells, oh, this is the problem. So you please go and kill that Rakshasa. Then Bhima immediately says, yes, there is no problem. Bhima immediately says yes. And then Bhima, probably he was just getting ready for that fight. Meanwhile, those people, Yudhishthira and others who had gone out for Bhikshatanam, Yudhishthira, Arjuna and Nakula, Sahadeva, they had gone out for Bhikshatanam, they come back. And Yudhishthira sees some preparations which Bhima is making. Already he is making some preparations for fight. So what has happened? He asks Kunti. So Kunti explains all this. When Kunti explains all this, then Yudhishthira, you see, here again there is a discussion. Yudhishthira himself is rather shaky. Whereas Kunti is such a great lady. She is such, her dharma nishta. Dharma nishta means her dedication to dharma. Dharma nishta means dedication. Her dedication for dharma is so great. And she is prepared to sacrifice. She is prepared to sacrifice. Of course, she knows that Bhima will not die. But we do not know in a fight, anything can happen. So that spirit of sacrifice, and even in that state of distress, they themselves are in a state of distress. They themselves are in a state of, they are actually taking shelter in somebody's house. Even then, that Kunti's nobility of character we see, and also her dedication to dharma, and also that Kshatriya spirit. In fact, Kshatriya, the very meaning of Kshatriya is Shatat Trayate iti Kshatriya. That is, you are protecting somebody from getting hurt. So that is what is Kshatriya. So that Kshatriya woman in Kunti comes out, and she wants to protect that person who has given shelter to them. And we see that willingness, that ability to take risk, that willingness to take risk. And in fact, Yudhishthira himself, Yudhishthira means that Dharmaraja himself, he is rather shaky or vacillating in that particular context. He says, Kimidam sahasam tikshnam bhavatya dushkaram krutam. Kimidam sahasam. Oh, what sort of rash decision you have taken. Sahasam. Sahasam means rashness. You see, sometimes in rashness, we commit great mistakes. So you have done a lot of sahasam. And this is a dushkaram. Dushkaram is a very, very tough task. You have agreed for that. And we are all dependent on Bhima. We are actually depending on Bhima's ability to kill the Kauravas. And he is our main warrior. If this Bhima yasya viryena mukta jatugruhadvayam, and because of his strength, we came out of that jatugruha, that is that inflammable house, because Bhima alone, he personally took all these people and then he came out. And after they came out, they were so totally dead, tired, and then he carried them all. Kunti on his shoulders, and then again two brothers tucked in his hands, and then two other brothers sitting on shoulders. So that is how he carried them all. So such a person, we are all depending on him. How can you sacrifice him? How can you take a risk? Then this lady says, no, it is the duty of Kshatriya. Yudhishthira, na santapah tvaya karyo vrukodare. Don't bother about him. Bother in the sense, don't worry about him. We have seen his ability. We have seen his ability earlier also. And I have not done anything rash. And nachayam buddhi daurbalyat vyavasayah krutaha. You see, I have not done due to any sort of buddhi daurbalyam. Buddhi daurbalyam is lack of intelligence or foolishness. I have not done this out of foolishness. I have judged well, I know well, and then I have done this. And we have seen this Bhima when he killed that Hidimbasura. So, balam nagayuta samam mahat. Nagayuta samam means, ayuta means 10,000. So he has the strength of 10,000 elephants. So he can kill that Rakshasa. And Vrukodarena sadrushah balavan balena anyona vidyate. And there is nobody who is equal to Vrukodara in strength. And she tells some earlier episode where immediately after his birth, immediately after Bhima was born, by some slip, he fell down on a huge stone, and that stone broke. So Bhima is like that. So she tells some earlier episode, and she says, we have to save this particular family, and we will be following dharma. She says, in fact, number one, we have to follow dharma. Pratikarascha vasasya dharmascha charito mahan. Because Kunti is so particular about dharma charana. That is that episode we see here. And now we see another fight between Bhima and Bakasura. So Bhima is very happy. Bhima, after that, on that night, they slept well. This Brahmin family also, they were content. They were, of course, they were probably satisfied that yes, this man has known some mantras, and then with the help of mantras, he is going to kill that Rakshasa. So they prepared all that food, cartload of food, and all that. And Bhima himself, he drove that chariot. He drove that chariot, and again he went to that place, somewhere in the outskirts of the city. He went to that place, and on the way he felt so hungry because all the cartload of food was there, and Bhima also is a great eater, and such a variety of food was there, and Bhima started eating. When Bhima started eating, then that fellow from a distance he saw, and then he became angry. And he just came shouting, and then he just gave a fist blow to this Bhima. And Bhima did not shake, he kept on eating. And that man, he grew more ferocious. He just went nearby, and then he plucked out a huge tree. And then by the time all that thing was happening, Bhima also finished his lunch, washed his hands, and then tucked up his belt, and then he got ready for fight. So then, Tato Bhimashyanair bhuktva tadannam purushashabha. He slowly finished his lunch and then got ready. And when, then of course there is a description of that fight. Tadraksho dvigunam chakre ruvantam. Yeah, after that Bhima fights this fellow, and then he broke the backbone. He just lifts him. Savyena cha kati deshe gruhya vasasi pandava. Probably in wrestling, there is one particular way in which by holding that kati means this waist thing, a person is lifted up and then on the knee you just smash him so that the backbone is broken. So that is how this backbone is broken. Backbone of this Bakasura is broken. So that is what we see here. And now we see here that lot many followers are also there. This Bakasura, not only one Bakasura, we find that Tena Shabdena Vitrastaha Janastasyadharakshasah. So this fellow Bakasura has got some brothers and also some followers. So obviously this is an example of Gunda Raj. Gunda, what we call hooliganism and some sort of mafia. It is not only Bakasura who is here. Not normally when we read the story of Mahabharata, we think that there is only one fellow who is staying outside. It is not only one fellow. There are some other fellows also. There are some followers. So they also came. And then Bhima, he smashed all of them. And he also said, some people ran away also. And Bhima called them and he also said he didn't kill all of them. He said, you behave well. Bhima told them, you behave well. Na himsya manusha bhuyaha yushma virhi kaschite karhichit. He said, no, you should not harm these people, these town people hereafter. So he warned them all, and then they also agreed. Tatah prabhuti rakshamsi tatra saumyani bharata. All those Rakshasas, they became gentlemen. So, you see, when a mafia king is eliminated, naturally all other people, they become quiet. That is exactly what is happening here. So, in this background, what we see in this entire Bakasura episode, what we see is, number one, there is a big ethical discussion about in the family, when that is a Brahmana, his wife and then daughter, each willing to sacrifice himself or herself. So, and all their reasons are good. And again, Kunti's magnanimity. Kunti is prepared even to, take such a great risk. Not exactly sacrificing. Kunti is actually prepared to take such a great risk. So, we see that nobility of Kunti and we see her dharma nishta. And we also see how Bhima also, after all this, Bhima's ability, of course, we see here. And that is the reason why in Mahabharata, who is the hero? Some people say Bhima is the hero, some people say Arjuna is the hero, some people say Karna is the hero, and some of them have said that Yudhishthira is the hero. So there is such a debate. So in some of these episodes, we see that Bhima comes out very, very well. And here, after killing this Bakasura, he also warns all those people, and he ensures that that city is protected. Then again he comes back, Bhima comes back, and all the villagers are so extremely happy, and they all thought, oh, Dadarsha Brahmana Kaschit, Mantra Siddho Mahamana, oh, there is some Brahmana who knows all mantras. So because this Bhima was also in the garb of guise of a Brahmana. So this Brahmana who knows so many mantras, so he has saved us. So that is what they thought. And then they just lay low for some time. So that is how this episode ends. We will see tomorrow. Harihi Om Tat Sat.